All right, here we go. 2020. Let's go to the movies, movie talk. And today we're going to talk about, because I'm very late with this one. We're going to talk about the movies, the best movies of 2019. I know, I'm a little late, but hey, better to get to the party late than to not make it at all, right? Anyway, we're going to try to keep this not too long. Um, there was a lot of good movies this year that I like. I think there was like 36 movies that I can count offhand that I really like. That were great. Um, I didn't change the top 10. I think I added two more to the honorable mentions. So we're gonna go on and we're gonna start with the honorable mentions, and we're not gonna spend too much time on them. I'm just gonna tell you that hey, I like them. All right, at number five we have Brightburn. I thought the take on the of a horror like villain movie, being a what if you will, for Superman. I thought that was unique. Number four, I have Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Not bad for an animated movie. I thought that was pretty cool. Seeing Batman taking on Shredder. That was weird at best, man. That was awesome, man. That whole movie was cool. Number three, I got Wonder Woman Bloodlines, and like I said, that was another cool movie. Somebody finally dug into Wonder Woman's mythos and pulled some of her villains. And as you can see, she got some iconic villains as well. Then at number two, we have Gemini Man. Yeah, Will Smith. I think this was really good. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, the CGI, the CGI." Oh, shut up. Come on, man. You know there's only so much they can do. And if it's close, it's good enough for me. And it was close. So, it was a simple story. There was one part about it that I hate. Maybe I might talk about it later on. But the overall the movie, I enjoyed it. Saw it several times. And then at number one, I got at number one honorable mention. I got It Chapter Two. Uh, I know a lot of people really didn't have they seemed like they was kind of disappointed in the movie compared to it, the first It, but I liked it. I didn't have any issues with it, and you have to know that I never watched the original, like all of it. I may have seen bits and pieces of the original that came on television. So I wasn't really what you would call invested. I watched the first It a couple years ago. Thought it was cool. Liked it. I said okay. And I was looking forward to see chapter two. And I enjoyed it. I didn't go see it, but I did see it. And when I saw it, I enjoyed it. So there you go. Honorable mention. Now we're gonna jump into the top 10 movies of 2019 for me. Um, Starting off with number 10, Alita Battle Angel, which is also on my most anticipated list for 2019. But I really thought that this movie was just an even paced movie. Um, the Alita wasn't what you would call overpowered. but the movie, because I try to compare it to the cartoon movie that I saw some years ago, and to be honest, to me the live action movie is way better. The kid that Alita was in love with wasn't annoying like it was in the cartoon. Oh man, he was annoying. He was so annoying I can't even remember his name. But that character, man. But in the movie, it wasn't that. He wasn't like that. He was a little, little bit better. So, uh, I thought it had a good story. I like it that it had a nice setup. I don't know if we ever gonna see a sequel to it because it got some backlash from certain individuals who I don't know their names. I just know that it did. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to number 9, which is Justice League versus the Fatal Five. Fatal Five. Wow. Never thought I'd see them in a movie. I'd like to see them in live action, to be honest, with the Legion of Superheroes. Would it ever happen on the big screen? We don't know. But I can say that taking the Justice League, certain members of the Legion, the Fatal Five, matching it all together like they used to do, and like the old DC comic books they used to do when I was younger, when I was a kid, basically how they would have those type of mashup stories. I I feel like I was like a live action comic to me, and when I watch these DC animated movies, that's what I'd be looking for. Something that kind of remind me of when I was younger. And I thought the story was solid. I thought the animation was pretty good. Um, there was a couple of characters I wish they had a been in it and had a focus more on, you know. But it is what it is. They decided which characters fit the story and they ran with it. And I felt like they did a good job. Hey, got to see Tyrock for the first time. I ain't seen him in years. Anyway, number 8 we got Reign of the Superman. Uh, that was a classic from a story that they did back in the 90s, wasn't it? The late 80s, 90s. Mm-hmm. The 90s. And they did a really good job. I never read that story. I knew the characters and I knew pretty much what they was about a little bit, except for Vindicator. I didn't really too much know about that character. But the other three I pretty much knew. And they integrated them into the universe, after the storyline, so they became a bigger part. So I was able to figure out, who's who and so on and so forth. But anyway, I never actually read the story, so I couldn't really compare it. And I would have never done that in the first place. Had the movie's got to be its own thing, and I felt like they did a pretty decent job, well, a pretty good job with that story. Um, you know, you know me when they say Justice League, I'd be like, come on, man, I need more Aquaman. Okay, give me more Aquaman. So will y'all please stop leaving him out of the movies, please? Okay. Now here's one that actually made the list, and I ain't too long seen it. It was like one of the few new movies that I saw this year before the end of 2019. It was Doctor Sleep, and I said, "Wow." For a guy who did not like The Shining, and I do not like The Shining, I seen that movie a couple of times, and it's like there's a few running jokes, Honey, I'm Home, and Redwood, and all that other stuff. But other than that, I really didn't care for The Shining. But Doctor Sleep, kind of, I liked it, man. I mean, I liked it. I can't put my finger on it, but I like this movie. I don't know why I like this movie, but I like this movie. I thought it was good. I didn't like certain aspects of the ending because of what the ending represent, and maybe one day I'll talk about that. But that the ending had it represented something that I wish these movies would stop doing. Other than that, I thought it was a good movie, um, all around. Just a simple, I would call it not a complete. It's not a ultra scary movie. It's kind of like it's kind of like it's not, it's horror, but it's not really horror. It's kind of like thriller, a little drama, a little bit of different stuff. It's it's not the type of movie that you would like watch on like a Halloween or something. It's not like a scary like movie. It's like something that you want to sit back and have a different mindset. You know, it's not like a slasher movie or something like that. Like monsters running around. So anyway, uh, now we're getting into the top six, and it got kind of difficult trying to figure out where we're gonna place everybody. But to me, these are the six best movies of 2019. Starting off with number six, we have Shaft. Dun-dun-dun. Man, I gotta play the music, man. But Samuel Jackson, so it's a hit. Oh man, and I liked what they did with the bringing the three generations of Shaft together. I thought that was cool, man. That was cool just to see that, and it was a simple story. It wasn't nothing majorly out there. They didn't focus on the villain. It was it was all about the relationship between Medium Shaft and Little Shaft. Because Big Shaft, he comes along later, the old grandpa. So uh, but it was fun. It was funny. It was I mean, it was cool. I mean, it wasn't it wasn't, what you call it, epic, you know, because it was a really simple story, and but it was a fun watch. It was fun, man. It was fun to watch this movie, and if you like to just go and have fun, this is definitely a movie to watch. Shaft, starring Samuel L. Jackson, the mother man. Oh man, let me quit. All right, number five, we have Shazam, and I had to pause because it's always hard for me to say that the original Captain Marvel is a lot easier to say. Anyway, Zachary Levi, good job, man, good job. They did a good job. It is what I would call a comedy horror, because it had a lot of horror elements in it, and it had a lot of comedy elements in it. Adventure type, and hey, it was a good introduction to this character. I thought Billy Batson was a jerk, something that I'm not used to seeing in that particular character. But overall, it was a good story. It was a story about family. I kind of wish they had maybe pull back a little bit and not introduce the Marvel family so quick, but they did. And hey, it is what it is. I just wish people wouldn't take certain things and make it into something that it may not have been their intentions, But like I said, that's something else that we'll talk about. It didn't make a lot of money that normally a DC movie would make, but it did get a lot of praise. So, hey, what do you want to do? You want to make the money or you want to get the praise? I don't know. Figure it out, Just figure it out. The fourth, number 4, we have Batman Hush. I heard about Hush. I did not read this story either, because I never read it, but I heard a lot about it, and I heard a lot was in it. And according to the information that I have, the movie left a lot out. So for them to be able to do it the way they did it and make it as good as it was with leaving a lot out, it says a lot. And they changed up the actual villain. That makes it even better. So you like, wait a minute, that's not how they did it in the comics. So it's like, whoa, it's a little different. But it wasn't too far out there to where you would fuss and complain that it wasn't just like the book. Because some people get real tied to it's got to be just like the source material. I said, okay. And I get like that too, but only to a point. Only to a point. I don't get too carried away about source material. All right, now number 3. This one was a shocker. And man, when I saw it, man, I'm gonna tell you what, it's called Dolomite Is My Name. F it up, motherfuckers in my game. Eddie Murphy is back, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Murphy is back. The real Eddie Murphy. Not that family popcorn movie Eddie Murphy, but we talking about the raw, delirious, raw, Saturday Night Live raw Eddie Murphy. And man, he played Dolomite, and man, I'm gonna tell you what, that movie was awesome. That movie was so funny, man. It was so funny, man. I had to pause that mug and take a laugh break. I gotta, cause I can't, cause I be laughing. I had to take a laugh break, man. I said, man, go. I was down in the jungle. That movie was crazy, man. And I like, wow. But I'm telling you, man, that movie just funny. It's just funny. You want to laugh for an entire movie from start to finish. Dolomite Is My Name. That's a movie that you need to see, man. If you ain't seen that movie, man, please go see that movie. Please. So, like, now we're at number 2. And number 2 is a movie that I really didn't think was gonna do all that well. I thought it was gonna be okay. I didn't think it was gonna be that good. and it turned out to be that good. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Joker. That's right, Joker. Joker. Joaquin Phoenix, man. I said, it kind of make you say, why didn't y'all start with this? Joaquin Phoenix, man, man, I'm tell you what. This movie is if you don't know anything about it and you just watch it, man, it will make you say, wow, this is some weird stuff, man. And there's not a lot of action in it because it wasn't made to be an action movie. But it is a crazy movie. That Joker, man, I'm telling you, that Joaquin Phoenix, that mother, no, he can act. There's the one part towards the end, when he's on the TV show, and he kind of got a little whiny to me, you know. But and then I kind of felt like he should have explained why he did what he did. But that's about my only thing with the movie. He just seemed a little whiny, you know, in that part. But I can see where they was going with all that, you know. So anyway, tight story. The movie does make you question things, what's going on. And then you know when the movie's over, you ask it, now is that real, or that was just something in his head? Or I mean, you know, you have to review the movie and then you go watch it again and you're like, this dude really is crazy. You know. So it's a funny movie and I do recommend it. I think it's one of the better movies of the year. As I said, it's number 2. To me, to be the best movie is to be the most that you want to see over and over and over and over. That you never get tired of watching it. That when the next year rolls over, it'll be like one of the top movies that you click on to watch again. How many movies are like that? How many movies do we get like that? How many movies can you say that? And the movie is not even a year old. And you watch it that many times. And then you like, you know, because you know how some people are. During the course of time, they would have seen that movie 100 times. But during a short time and you done seen it, you definitely past 20. And it hadn't even been a whole year. Says something about the movie to me. So if I'm going to sit here and say, this is my list of the best movies of the year, and I have to ignore the fact that I watched this movie multiple times. I flip that movie on as I'm going to bed. I flip it on when I get up. I flip it on when I just want to watch something. And this movie is on. In fact, I might pop it in tonight. So that tells me that not only do I love this movie, it's one of the best movies, if not the best. And to me, it's the best. There's no debate and there's no argument. So without further ado, the number 1 movie of 2019, I give you Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And for those who don't like the movie, I only got one thing to say. I hope you caught that. Whoa, I'm gonna tell you what. Old school meet new school. That's what I like about this movie. You know, because I fussed and complained about the last Godzilla movie. I said, it would have been nice if we could have seen them. We got to see them this time, along with some friends. And I enjoyed every second of that movie. I love the movie. Love the actors, the actresses. Good job. It was a good story. It's a good story. Love the action, man. I love that action, man. The fight scene, man. It was just an epic movie to me. You know, Godzilla going all over the place, and you know we watching it on IMAX. We went to see this movie in IMAX. There was no way we wasn't gonna see this movie in IMAX. And the entire time we watching this movie, we're asking the same question: how in the hell King Kong gonna beat Godzilla after all this? You see what I'm saying? We asking that same question over and over again. So they killed off some characters that you would have liked to see in the next movie, and this Godzilla legendary monsters universe is coming along. Not bad for your third movie, huh? It didn't make the kind of money that they thought they would make here in America, but overseas it made its money. So this universe is going to continue. I'm looking forward to what's next. I wish they would go and take some of that they done in the comics and make it live action. That all connects to this universe, but it is what it is. And like I said, a lot of this movie got a lot of complaints, but I didn't see it that way. Most of my complaints was the trailers. I felt like they gave away way too much. When you see Ghidorah for the first time, the three heads, and how it reveals itself, I said I would have never allowed them to do that in the trailer. No, we got to say that. We got to say that for opening night. But hey, that's it. Hey, 2019, the top movies, at least in my opinion. And I don't too much argue with other people. Other people got their opinions. So there it is. We're gonna cut it off here, and hey, we'll talk about the worst of 2019 in the next video. So till then, you have a good one, and we will see you at the movies.